Grit, to get up and get after your grip. You ain't gotta manufacture what's meant. God already got that. Can't nobody stop that. Glance at the man in the mirror. Where my only cop at? It's lonely where the top at. Always been a loner though. Never dug no fade. Always with the toe to toe.
Hey guys, welcome to Grit Talk series. This is our first episode that we're shooting, and I'm pretty stoked about it. I'm Darryl.
And I'm Darryl.
Hey, and we are doing this show because we believe that we need to have a voice in this world that we live in. And with so much going on in the world, you know, with George Floyd and now the incident with Blake, you know, a lot is going on in the world right now. What you think?
Yeah, it's terrible. Right now, it's crazy. The world that we live in right now is sort of ridiculous to a certain extent, but, you know, we're here to talk about that.
Yeah. So first and foremost, you know, we want to address that we are black men, first of all, right? You know, I'm a black man. As a black man, this is my son who's a black man, but we together are sons. We together are grandsons, you know, so he's also a father, you know, so for us, it's like, with everything that's going on in the world, you know, for me as a father, this is something that I've been dealing with for many years now, as it relates to trying to keep my children safe, trying to keep my son safe. I have two children, two sons and a daughter, but trying to keep my son safe. And when they leave out the house, kind of giving them the instructions like most black parents do. This is how you handle yourself. If the police run up on you, this is how you handle yourself. But, you know, out in the world, we're not looked at that way, right? Like,
correct.
I mean, we've had encounters. I know I've had encounters.
I've had encounters. I mean,
where we just pulled over, or we're questioned, or, you know, we're put in positions that seem to be compromising positions when we dealing with police. But just to backtrack a little bit, you know, again, we started this series because we wanted to have a voice, and we want to bring light to people who are who have gone through the struggle, who have gone through the adversity, and they have found a way to success. And there's stories behind those successes, right? There's stories of struggle. There's stories of obstacles and things that people have gone through. And what we want to do is we want to bring light to what the mindset is. We want to bring light to, you know, what it was like going through those obstacles and things. And then, you know, looking in hindsight, being able to now give other people perspective in certain situations that we go through in our lives. So that's really what we wanted to start this channel for. So, you know, we're business owners first and foremost. That's what Grit represents, is we're business, right? We're creating a brand, and Grit stands for something: effort, passion, commitment, fighting through adversity, you know, getting past the obstacles any way you can, over the fence, under the fence,
through the fence,
you know, around the back door if we have to, whichever way we can, in order to get to some form of success in our life. You know, that's what Grit represents, is fighting through it, you know. But we do have that background in sports, and that's going to play out in the show. You know, it's going to, many of the stories that we tell, some of the people that we bring on that do interviews with us are going to have sports backgrounds and whatnot. So it'll definitely play a factor. But I feel like sports is only a piece of it, a small piece,
super
of
small piece, because this what's going on right now in the world ain't it's not a lot of sports right now. If you really look deeper, if you open your eyes,
yeah, I mean it correlates though,
it
right?
correlates.
Based on what we see in society right now, we see that sports is playing a minimalist role as it relates to our lives.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I'm saying? And over the scope of it, that's really what it is. So when we thought about doing this show, we thought about it from a sports perspective in the beginning, but we changed it because it's bigger. It's so much more to it, you know. So let's get into you know, that's who we are, right? That's who we are. And let's get into now why. Right? Why are we doing this? Why are we putting ourselves in front of this microphone? Why are we putting ourselves in front of this camera? We're doing it because we need a voice, you know, not want a voice. We need a voice in this world that we live in, you know, with so much that's going on. I think about, you know, the things that are happening with, and it you know, beyond George Floyd and Blake, and you know, these are things that have repeatedly happened over and over and over and over again. So it's beyond them. They are just these are tipping points of what's going on in society. Yeah, so I remember, you know, times with you, Bam, where I had to tell you before you leave the house, hey, you know, be careful. And I don't mean be careful from the predators out there that are, you know, people that are not law officials. I mean, be careful with police.
Well, I mean, all of it ties together, but that's the thing, you know, with you being able to say, I'm telling you to be careful for the police. Like, why do you have to tell me to be careful from the police?
Yeah.
You know,
and having to have that conversation, and you never been a bad kid.
Yeah, definitely.
Never. My kids are not kids that are gonna run out and be getting in trouble. So why am I having conversations about, you know, when you see the police and how to handle yourself when if the police was to present themselves to you, you know?
Exactly, because it's kids out here that, you know, never had that talk.
Yeah.
You know, it's people that has never had the talk of what you should do when you get pulled over, you know. And it's for us, it's like you have to have that talk because they looking at you as you are something else.
Yeah.
Even if you're not what you think they are. You know?
Yeah.
And those talks are important. Definitely have to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me this. Do you remember the time when we was riding and the police got us and we was in the sea breeze?
Yeah. So, you know, I can break the story down for you just so that you can get a picture of. Now I'm 25 years old. I'm maybe like 8-9 years old, something like that.
Yep.
Remember, you know, just being in our hometown of St. Louis, Missouri, riding down, you know, maybe Natural Bridge, or we was on Grand.
Yeah, near Natural Bridge.
We was on Grand. We was somewhere around there and just riding with the drop in the drop top, you know,
styling and profiling, looking good, feeling good.
We driving with the drop in the drop top and just riding, music up, you know, not doing no illegal activities, not doing anything that would cause it for you to say, oh, they doing something that they shouldn't be doing. I'm a little kid, mind you, right? So we gets pulled over and it's like, why? You know, why are we pulled over and are we not doing anything suspicious? No speeding, just riding. Long story short, my father doesn't do anything that causes him to want to, you know, lock him up. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it was a crazy situation.
Not anything where it's like, hey, you need to lock him up right now. But I remember as a 9-year-old kid to say, don't do nothing. Keep your hands up. You know, don't move a certain way. Don't move too fast. And it's like, as a little kid, what do you think? It's like, why? What? You know, you scared, and then they try to take your dad away. And it's like, we go from riding down the street. Now, as I'm grown, I'm an adult now, to say just it's two black men riding, I'm a little kid, and we're suspects. Why? What is the reason?
Yeah.
You know, no records where you have to say, "Oh, I'm running for the." It's nothing that causes them to do it, but it happens. And for me to be 9 and I still can close my eyes and remember, hold your hands steady. You know, my seatbelt is already on, so I don't have to do that. You know, just sit tight. They don't need my information to, you know, yelling and trying to. I remember this vividly. You know, don't take my dad. Why are you taking my dad? You know, and that's, you know, as a little kid, it's crazy.
Crying. You were super upset, and I'm saying, what's the problem? Why you saying my music is being played loud, but cars are driving up and down this road with their trunks banging, and I don't have any extra music in my car at all. This is factory speakers in my car. We just listening to music and the top's down. So why choose to bother me today? But they were 2 seconds from taking me to jail. That's why you were crying, because they were hemming me up in the back of the car like they were ready to take me to jail for
playing the music too loud.
Playing music, right? So these are the type of things that, you know, we have to experience, we have to go through, and there's really no justification for it. You know, it's really nothing that you can use to say you were justifiable in pulling us over, other than you saw me riding in a drop top convertible and I looked like a young black guy and my music was up, and that gave you a reason to just come and jump down on me and harass me.
Was expecting more than what they got.
Yeah. You know, maybe you will find something to take us in on, right? But you know, these are the things that we want to bring light to, right? These are the things that we want people that come on our show to give us their experiences, to give us what their life has been as they've gone through this journey to try to get to some form of success in their life. Because I was a young black guy at that time. I was in my 20s at that time. So I was trying to figure out how to get to success still at that time. I'm struggling, and just because I'm riding in a little car that you could put the top down on didn't mean that I was super ultra successful at anything. I was still trying to find my way, you know. So, but I did find my way. I did get past that. I did get to a place now where my son is 24 years old. My other son is in college. My son here is a college graduate, 4-time all-star, all-American in college football. You know, so whatever I had to go through, whatever I was trying to fight through to just stay standing up and keep my head up, I made it through that. And there's a lot of stories that come behind. How do I get to this place, right?
Oh yeah, I can imagine. It's the stories is out the roof, and that's what we want to be able to bring to you guys. We want you all to be able to see that, you know, we have a lot to bring light to, and we're going to bring people on the show with us so that they can explain their point of view from it. They can explain stories and experiences, and not only are they, you know, black, but we got so many different ways we can go about, you know, bringing different people on the show. I have a lot of experience. Went to college in Iowa. So, you know, I went to a PWI, you know, not a HBCU, if you have any kind of understanding behind that. Predominantly white institution, and, you know, historically black college is a huge difference. And so I met a lot of people, and we have a lot of people that we can bring on to bring light to what we, you know, have going at this point. You know, me and my dad have the ability where we're going to open a lot of eyes. Yeah, a lot of eyes are gonna open for sure.
Yeah. I'm stoked, man. I really, you know, feel like this is something that is a calling, not just an idea. More so, like, you know, what are you gonna do with yourself in this world? Are you gonna do something? Are you gonna impact this world in some way? Are you gonna, you know, bring a positive, bring something to this world that people can use, people can utilize? And I believe that this is that thing. This is that thing that we can allow people to get a better understanding, right? People who may not, you know, they may watch, they may not be black, You know what I'm saying? But they can watch it and they can get a grasp and an understanding of what we go through on a daily basis, you know? And that's really what it's about. The daily walk, you know, it's all great when, you know, celebrities come up and they tell you about ultra success and how they've gotten to be such a celebrity star, make so much money, and we take nothing away from that. You know, it takes a lot. It's a lot that goes into it. But we are looking at regular people too. Regular people who have gone through the same fight and the same struggle that those celebrities have gone through, and they've made a way to balance in their life. They've made a way to where they in their life and they're having success in their life where they can stand up, they can do what they need to do, they can pay their bills, they can take care of what they need to take care of, they can, you know, influence the next generation in a positive way that gives them light and leads them off into a place where they can be successful in their life as well. So we want to bring those people to the front as well. Let's talk about Grit Certified. Let's talk about Grit Certified moments. You know, Grit Certified, what is that?
So Grit Certified makes you official. Let's just start there. Simple as that. You know, you official like a whistle. You Grit Certified.
Yes,
but,
sir.
You know, being able to be Grit Certified, you know, definitely, you know, got to have the effort, passion, commitment. You got to be able to fight through adversity, you know, things we live by on a daily basis. But this is things that, you know, to be Grit Certified, you have to be working hard on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. And to work hard, like we keep saying, it's not sports related. You got to wake up and get to it. You Grit Certified, you wake up and get to it.
Absolutely.
You know, all day long you own it. And that may be a single mom. You know, that may be an athlete. That may be a producer. You know, that may be whatever your walk in life is, but you getting to it. You ain't sitting on your butt. You know, you officially stamped with the Grit Certified, baby.
Yeah. Grit Certified all day over here. Listen, so that's good, because that's going to take us into his next segue, which is the campaign that we want to do, which is our Grit Certified campaign. The Grit Certified campaign is a campaign that we want to show the faces of the people who know for sure that they are Grit Certified and are willing to put their face with it, right? Willing to put words behind it, right? And get that image to us, get that video to us, so that we can put that into our campaign, to our campaign, which is going to be called I Am Grit Certified, right? Mm-hmm. So all you would have to do is turn your cameras on,
selfie, you can have somebody record you, whatever you want to be able to do.
Yep.
You know, with you, I Am Grit Certified, you know.
Absolutely. That's what we're looking for. And we're trying to get as many as we can, get as many of these faces as we can get, as many of these voices as we can get, so that we can be heard loud and clear when we say we are Grit Certified, you know? So that is something that we encourage you to do as our audience. We want to hear from you. We want to see your faces. We want to hear your voices, because you are the representation of us, right? You may feel like we're trying to represent you, but no, you are representing us. We want your faces. We want your voices to represent us, because if you say it, they'll listen. We say it, they may not listen so much. But if 100 of us say it, somebody may listen a little bit. If 1,000 of us say it, then they'll hear us a little bit more. If 10,000 of us say,
I Am Grit Certified,
they're going to say, what is going on? What is this? Right?
What is grit is what we going to hear. What is Grit Certified? Right.
And that is where we have a voice. That is where we begin to have that platform where we can talk, and they gonna listen to when we talk, when we have something to say, when we have to say, listen, this is what's been going on, and this is what's going on the ground level, from the people who are normal, regular, everyday people who get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning and get themselves ready to go to work every day.
Taking care of kids and making sure breakfast is made, and it's a lot.
Every day you have to get up, and there's no days off when you got your kids. You got to get up and you got to get to it, and you can't lay there. Your kid gonna look at you like, what are you doing? So but this is the campaign that we want to bring, and we encourage you again to turn those cameras on, take the picture. If you can take the picture, put I am grit certified in your caption. You can take your video and let us hear your voice. I am grit certified.
And that's 4 words.
Man.
I am grit certified. It ain't like we telling you to bring a story behind it, but just a simple campaign of I am grit certified. 4 words can change a lot.
Yeah. And it can make people listen. And it can, give us a forum where if you want a topic, if you want to talk about something, if you want to hear about something, that will give us the platform to talk about what you want us to talk about as well. So this is where we're at. This is what we're trying to do. And we're stoked about it. I am so excited. What about you?
Man, I'm excited. I can't even.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Grit certified, baby. All day, every day. This is what we live. This is what our life is.
This is who we are, man.
This is who we are. It ain't just words. We're not just speaking about.
You don't see this.
We're not just speaking about words. No, not just words. This is life. This is lifestyle. When you get grit certified, you don't have to think about it. It ain't something that you wake up and say, "Oh, am I gonna be grit certified today?" No.
A lot of you out there are grit certified.
And not even knowing,
not even know it yet.
You know that you get up.
You might be hearing me right now, and you are grit certified.
Absolutely. We need you. So we're going to, wrap up this episode. I feel like we've had a great first episode.
Yep, we love you. You made it to this point.
So, son, tell them how they can find us.
So, if you're already here, if you made it to this point, you're already at the YouTube. YouTube is Grit Talk Series. Make sure you hit that bell, turn those notifications on.
Ding,
hit that bell for us.
Hit that bell, baby.
Like, comment, subscribe. Show us the love. From there, make sure you can go tune in to us on iTunes, write a review, subscribe. You can also find us on Instagram at Grit Talk Series. And then also we have the ability where you can check out our apparel line at Grit Store Online or gritonlinestore.com. They both actually work. And then also you can check out our training section of Grit Athletic Academy, which is Gritty Athletes on Instagram as well.
Gritty Athletes on Instagram. GrittyAthlete.com website. Find us. We're there. So we finna get out of here, baby.
Yes, sir.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to our first episode. It happened. We have officially opened the doors,
We're here, baby.
We are here officially. Grit Talk Series.
I am grit certified.
Check us out. We out.
Grit, get after your grip. You ain't gotta manufacture what's meant. God already got that. Can't nobody stop that. Glance at the man in the mirror. Where my only comp at? It's lonely where the top at. Always been a loner though. Never dug no fade. Always with the toe to toe. Always had a problem with the bottom of the totem pole. Mama say I hate for something volatile to slow you up. So I stay prayed up. I know the odds stacked against me. Trying to get my change up. I ain't supposed to have that bit. That's what the consensus say. So I'm on my tip today.